Hi, I'm Tia,
I'm Lily.
and today we're reviewing Transformers 1.
Coming up next. So this movie is all about before Cybertron was a warfield and really focuses on two miners on Cybertron, D16 and Orion Pax. Orion Pax is definitely a troublemaker and is seeking to know more about his planet and about what's happening just in general. So what did you think about this?
Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Going into it, for whatever reason, I didn't want to, and I was actively looking for things to dock points on, but I really couldn't find anything. I think from beginning to end, with the characters and the voice actors, and just like the world that was created for this story, I thought it was really cool all around.
I think to focus on this movie, we gotta get to some of the jokes. Some of the jokes, B is a character, if I think so. He has like all these friends in his basement that he works in.
Yeah.
What is it, floor 36?
50.
56 or something like that. He's
just
like
50.
on the okay, floor 50. He's on like basically the bottom. He has no friends. He can't leave at all, which really sucks for him. So he like creates all these friends for himself.
Well, something that did confuse me, he could leave. He chose not to. He acted like he was stuck down there. He could have left.
Hey, he had his friends down there. He couldn't leave them.
Okay.
But he called himself Badassatron, and he wanted everyone to call him that, but they just didn't, you know.
Yeah. B, played by Keegan-Michael Key, I thought he was a really cool character, just kind of like fun and brought a lot of comedic relief to the story.
You want to know who is an actor in this who I did not think would do a great job? Was Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Because Optimus Prime has always been played by the same actor, but now he's, I don't know, 80 or 90 now, because he played during the 1970s cartoon, and he's played the same character throughout the live action as well. And I just saw an Australian guy couldn't play the role, but
I agree. I thought that was kind of an interesting choice because I had never seen any of the Transformers films before this, but I knew that he was like the red and white and blue one. So I thought that he was like patriotic for whatever reason.
He is supposed to be very patriotic.
Yeah, so when I heard that he would be voiced by an Australian guy, I was kind of like, that's interesting. But I thought he did really well. I mean, you couldn't even tell that he was Australian.
I think D16 throughout this whole movie just got so extreme. Like, he got so mad that Sentinel Prime had betrayed him and all of Cybertron, that his rage just controlled him. And I think that's just a great origin story for a villain.
Yeah, at some points I thought that that really works, like that energy and that emotion. But at other points, I kind of feel like the build-up to his break, I guess, was really quick. Like,
Yes.
there wasn't a whole lot of like him getting angrier and angrier. It was just kind of all of the sudden he was like really mad and kind of started to flip and turn evil.
I think we should talk about that scene actually where he betrays Optimus Prime at that point, which he had become because they had found the Matrix of Leadership. And how Megatron had seen Prime like about to fall into this giant crater, and he just chooses not to save his best friend throughout this whole movie. How can you do that?
Well, at this point, his eyes were red. So
No, his eyes turned red once
when
he
he
betrayed
did
him.
that? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
In that instant,
yeah.
his eyes turned red.
Yeah, but I think that kind of went to show like how angry he was because that was his best friend, but at the end of the day, I think the whole, kind of point of that was that he had been betrayed by the Primes before, and so he didn't want to follow another leader who Optimus Prime was turning into,
Yeah.
and he didn't trust that.
You want to know who's a group of people in this that I thought was really funny to see? Was the Hidden Knights. I just thought it was so interesting to see Starscream on a throne, which is how he died in the original movie, and then you see Shockwave and Soundwave right next to him, and I just think that's so funny, because these are people who Megatron grows to trust in the cartoon and later on.
As someone who had never seen the original movies, I kind of felt like that was a little out of place, introducing those characters, because it was a lot of characters, and we already had a lot of characters. So I feel like when I was watching it, I didn't fully understand who they were or what their importance or significance was.
But I remember I said that to you. I said, "Oh my God, it's them!" And then Bumblebee says the exact same thing in the movie. He says, "Oh my God, it's them!" And I just thought to myself, oh my God, Bumblebee's like a fangirl in this whole movie. And
Bumblebee's character was very, very
he had
fun.
No friends.
Well, he had Aatron, so he had a friend.
He's imaginary. It doesn't really count. But I don't know. I think Alita 1, played by Scarlett Johansson, is odd, but also works so well at the same time.
Yes, I thought Scarlett Johansson did a really good job as Alita 1. I thought her lines were very believable, and again, like the emotion in her voice was really, it worked really well.
I just didn't think of her as a voice actor, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I would be interesting to see. I don't know what else, if she has done anything else.
I don't think so, and I don't think I would watch it, if I'm being honest. Like, I did like her in the role, but it's one thing to play a Transformer, and one thing to play, like, I don't know, an Inside Out character, you know?
No, I thought she did really well. I would definitely, if she did an animated movie and just voiced all of the characters, I'd watch it.
No, you wouldn't. You're lying to yourself. Oh my God. No, but, what did I think?
What did you think?
No,
I'll tell you what I thought. I thought it was really good. As someone who, I've said this 3 times now, I've never seen the Transformers movies, but I thought that it was really, really good. And I felt like, with the exception of a couple of things, like we were talking about earlier, the group of characters, I forget what their name was, nothing really felt out of place to me. Like I felt like I was able to really easily pick up the story, and maybe this is because it was a prequel, but I felt like I got a good understanding of all of the characters without having already seen the movies.
I think it's a great movie to take your kids to, and just to be nostalgic and look back on the movies. I think it's great for people who are just coming into the franchise, and great for people who've stayed in it since a child, like myself. But, so what would you rate this movie?
I honestly didn't want to, but in my notes app, I did give it a 9 out of 10. It was really good.
Okay, just because I think I have to agree with you on a 9 out of 10. If not for your perspective, I would give it a 10 out of 10 as someone who's just seen everything. But from your perspective, I agree with you. It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for watching.